Okay, so hi everyone, my name's Derek Hewitt, and today I'm just going to show you a little bit about making a CV. Okay, first of all, we say CV, which is curriculum vitae. In the United States, they say resume, US. Okay, and basically, a standard CV depends on the job that the kind of profession you're in. Okay. But I can show you a standard CV which I use as an English teacher. So basically, the information you have here is your name, age, address, and of course email, address, and so on. Okay, and then we start with education. So if it could be, for example, I don't know, university, and any other qualifications you have here. So you start with education first, and then after this you have work experience, and you have the dates first. So for example, it's now February. So it'll be February 2014. And then, for example, the place, so it'll be IH Moscow. And then, for example, just underneath in a line like this, you have, for example, my one would be teaching various groups. So, for example, some of the things, differences I talked about, for example, would be IELTS, EAP, which is EAP is English for academic purposes, and IELTS is International English Language Teaching System, and perhaps various ages, etc., etc. And then of course you go down, for example, maybe then it would be, say, let's say February 2013, excuse me, February 2013, and then another one here, and so on and so forth. So starting with the present date and going backwards, basically, okay? Now, an important thing about CV, it's all squashed up. The important thing about CV is that you should not have too many pages. In fact, if you can condense, like make it as short as possible, is much better. Possibly maximum 2 pages, no more than 2 pages. The reason for this is simply because if you can imagine being a person who works in I can't think of the words all of a sudden. Human resources, excuse me. Person who works in human resources, and how many job applications they have to deal with. Then, if they say have 100, if your CV is very long, and of course your covering letter is very long, then it won't have a good impression. They may not look at it so much as they will with a shorter one. So it's not important to put too much information, but some important information, okay? So you put your education, work experience here, and then at the bottom of the first or second page, so in fact it's the second page, like this. So again, you have dates and work experience like this, date, work experience like this, and at the bottom you could put other qualification, other experience. Excuse me, not clear. And for example, other things that you've done which are relevant to English language teaching, and of course then you have your languages. So, for example, Russian, and I'm elementary. Spanish for me would be fluent, etc., etc., and things like this. So that would be at the end. Before this, of course, you have your other experience, but basically that's how you make a CV. To repeat though, each kind of profession has their own kind of CV, so a good idea to look online. And a good email site is, just let me think, it's called Europass. That's Europass. If you look on Google, you can find Europass, and it shows you a step-by-step guide on how to make your own CV. So you just fill it in, and then it deletes it, and then you can deletes the instructions, excuse me, and then you can just print it out. So that's it, basically. Yeah. Okay. Finished.